Tell us about yourself, Brian.
Well, um, uh, I've been doing Bikram yoga for a year and a half almost, and every day. I started 227 pounds, went down to 185, and now I'm about 200. So there's been some fluctuation in weight, but I've got a lot more flexibility, a lot more. But I have a long way to go still. I love the challenge. I love all the new instructors. I love my new Bikram yoga in Maple Ridge.
Tell us about your recovery and like your injuries.
My injuries are neurological. I sustained a 90-foot fall off a cliff, and the symptoms didn't start manifesting until the late 90s. The neurological symptoms. Other symptoms were fractures of my feet, and I've had many injuries before that as well. So I have lots of broken bones, broken feet, broken hand, broken nose, broken jaw, and I believe, other than going to the neurophysiologist, Dr. Philippe Sylvester from Marseille, France, he's at the Highcroft Medical Clinic in Vancouver, who diagnosed me with postural deficiency syndrome, and that's why I go to Bikram yoga. It's a neurophysiological treatment approach that is magic. I was just reading the Bikram book tonight before I came here, and it's so amazing what's happening with realigning my spine properly, and with all of the nerve and the physical and the breathing that we do here. It makes my life worth living, and that is probably the main reason why I do it so much. The breathing can be really distracting, maybe even more to others than myself, but the results, when I come out of the class, sometimes I'm quite shaky, and my breathing can be even more impaired, but usually I settle down a lot more. It's like any really rigorous physical activity, you feel better after it's done. All I know for sure is it's working. I don't have any medications. I don't take anything. I've been misdiagnosed with dementia. I don't have that. I've been misdiagnosed with a psychiatric condition through a neuropsychiatrist. I don't have that either. So there's a lot of medical politics, forensic in nature, that I'm dealing with, that probably beat me up more mentally than anything. But I'm going to be closing that book too shortly. So I actually have a lot of help, including the support I get from Bikram yoga. Your mom has been she's been very, very helpful to me.
That sounds
And
good.
so have you. So is your whole staff. You've got a really good staff. I'm really happy. It's really nice to be somewhere where people really do care. I don't get that in doctors' offices every time I go because this condition isn't diagnosed with a Western medical background. It's Eastern neuroscience specializing in neurophysiology. And we're not behind the 8 ball there when it comes medically speaking through MSP. So, but by the end of this year, you won't even recognize me. I'll talk normal again. I might even be able to go back to work, which when you're only 50 years old, isn't a bad thing.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy for you.
Maybe even in the future with this healed properly, maybe even as a big yoga instructor.
All right, we heard it.
Yes.
That's it. Awesome. That's perfect. Yeah.